Hey guys, it's Kat. I am the broker and owner of Sweet Magnolia Real Estate here in Charleston, South Carolina. It is a luxury brokerage. And today we are going to discuss realtor safety when you are showing houses to clients. Potential clients that you don't know. It's very important, imperative, and I don't think we discuss it enough. And I bring this up because this morning I showed a property to a new client who I hadn't met before. It was on a sign call. And what I mean by a sign call is my yard sign was in front of a property that I am looking to sell. And he called me off of that sign. When he did that, I asked him how he heard about me, etc. Just did a little bit of due diligence, and it occurred to me that I didn't really know who I was showing the house to. That I was showing the house to a perfect stranger. And it did not occur to me until I pulled up to actually show him the house. Now, it wasn't anything that he did that alarmed me. It just dawned on me that here I am, a single mother of two, and I am showing a house to a stranger, to somebody that I don't know, and no one else knows that I'm going to show this house. Thankfully, of course, everything went well. He was very pleasant and the showing went fine, and hopefully he's going to buy that property soon. I think it's important for us to discuss best practices when it comes to you showing a property or even hosting an open house. In today's day that we're living in, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female or anything like that. Safety is very important, and we should not take that lightly at all. You cannot take your life for granted. That's what I'm looking to say. Like, you can't take your life for granted. So we need to take those steps and be aware. That's number one for me. But let's go through some key points and some tips for when you're showing properties to perfect strangers or even when you're doing an open house. Okay. So, number one, you want to show the property in the daytime. Definitely in the daytime where somebody's walking their dog or something like that, they would be able to see that you are actually going in the house. Maybe somebody saw who he looks like, etc., who she looks like, all those good things. Just make sure it's during the daytime so you can see and be aware of your surroundings and you get a good look at the individual that you're showing the house from. Number two, I would do this before you even decide to show the property if you can, is get an ID and verify that the person is the person. Even if it's maybe they don't want to show the picture or anything like that, but there's nothing wrong with just flashing the ID. It depends on your comfort level, but I've heard and seen agents as well go ahead and do that. I understand not asking in an open house. An open house is different, but if it's a stranger and you haven't met them in person and they weren't a referral, I don't see anything wrong with going and get an ID. Tip number three, you can drive yourself, okay? If you're showing a property and you're going to more than one property, I would recommend, and this is something that I do practice, I drive my own vehicle. There are times where I will meet my client in a public place, mainly at my office first. And by then, I would have already checked the ID to make sure that he or she is who they said they were and all that good stuff. But meet them at the office, drop the car off, and maybe they're getting in the vehicle with you. I did that very frequently when I first started doing real estate, but now I find that clients don't even mind, and some of them even prefer to drive their vehicles separately. So that is a practice that I do and still maintain to this day. When I'm showing clients houses or properties, I do allow them to have the option to either ride with me or they can drive their own vehicle. And it's definitely dependent on your comfort level. I'm not telling you that you have to drive your client around. You don't have to. But if you decide to, I wouldn't recommend you getting in the vehicle with them. I recommend you driving the vehicle yourself. Tip number four, I recommend that you always park on the street. I do not recommend that you drive into the driveway or the garage for that matter. I always recommend that you park on the street. God forbid if you needed to get away and the person or the individual has you blocked in, you're stuck. At that point, you have to rely on your own footing to get you where you need to go. And as athletic as I am and believed to be, I can't outrun anybody, especially in a vehicle. Okay. So park on the street, don't park in the driveway. Tip number 5, and this is going to be my final tip because there's so many other things that we can be discussing, but I just want to do 5 for now. Tip number 5, keep it professional. Okay. I can't tell you how many times you get phone calls and this and that. So and so saw you on social media. They want to get to know you better, all those things. Keep it professional and do not give the potential client or the client the idea that, oh, something could go this way, something could go that way, because people can misunderstand what you're trying to convey to them. Okay. Keep it professional, keep your hands to yourself, a nice handshake, etc. um, I'll be honest, my close clients, yes, I'll give them a hug, a little high five, something like that. It depends on the relationship, but whether someone is digging you a little bit too much, okay? So at that point, just pull back. Don't give them the idea that something can happen. I know that's easier said than done, but if it's that kind of situation, then definitely don't go to the property by yourself. Tag team it, have one of your friends come with you, somebody. Just don't go by yourself if the person is not getting the message, or honestly, you can fire the client. Not everybody knows that, but you have the ability to fire your client. So I hope these tips were helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks in real estate. I'm your girl, Kat. See you later. Bye.